In this episode, Shane and Jocelyn answered Dr. Carolyn's question on how to know if your content is ready to release.
You know I'm a perfectionist, so part of my issue is just making sure that the videos are ready, and I don't want to feel plastic in them. I want to feel, not salesy or rehearsed. I want to be myself, and I've gotten a lot of advice on that, so I just want to know how you know when they're ready. What makes you feel like you're finished?
I don't know, honestly, as someone who also identifies as a perfectionist, I don't know that you'll ever feel that way, to be quite honest. So I think what you have to do is just outline it, record it, and move on. Like, don't keep watching it. Don't dwell on what else you could add or what else you could have said instead of this. Or, I often say that if I listened to the Flip Lifestyle podcast before it was aired, then it would probably never air. So you have to just record things and get them out there for the world. Get something done. Get it out there. Something that's finished is always better than something that's perfect.
The thing about perfectionism is perfect to you is not perfect to other people. Perfect for other people is different. You don't know what they need. You don't know what they want to see. So like if you sit and dwell on it all the time, you could have just released it and it would have been perfect to half your audience. There's a thing that I learned about last year called spotlight syndrome. We think everyone sees and hears everything we do and notices every mistake we make, when in reality, nobody really cares. They're just looking for that one piece of nugget of information that they need to move forward. So if you give them that, there are a lot of times they're okay. I've noticed a couple things that I think can really help people in this situation. Number one is deadlines with consequences. Okay. This is why we recommend pre-selling things, because if you pre-sell something and you've already got someone's money and you tell them, hey, I'll send you the rest of this at this date, you have no choice but to finish it, whether it's the best you've ever done or the worst you've ever done. You have to get it done because you've already taken money and made a promise. So don't just set arbitrary deadlines on your own calendar. You need deadlines with consequences. For example, you're going to be on this podcast in a couple months. You will want to have your stuff done before people start clicking the link in the show notes. That gives you a deadline with consequences. The second thing that Jocelyn touched on, I've noticed that perfectionists really love checklists. They love to tick those boxes. So you've got to create systems that allow you to do it. It's not just, I want all this in my video. It's no, I get one piece of paper. I make a checklist on that piece of paper. I don't get to go to the next piece of paper. And I do what the next bullet is until they're all done. And I never go back to look at the old bullets. I've just got to release it once I get to that point. So if you can give yourself some deadlines with consequences and you can systemize your checklist, it holds you accountable. You've got a thing that you can finish. Now the checklist can be perfect. I checked every box. That takes the perfectionism away from the big project. You don't have to say every word right, film everything right. This thing gets to absorb all the perfectionism and you've removed it from the thing that you're trying to release into the world. So I would recommend doing a little bit of that.
Yeah, that really helps. It really helps.
This was an excerpt of this week's episode of the Flip Lifestyle podcast with featured guest, seasoned veterinarian Dr. Carolyn Lincoln, consulting Shane and Jocelyn about her puppy training online business. To listen to the full podcast, complete with the show notes, photos, and links mentioned in the show, click the link on the description below. Click here to listen to Shane and Jocelyn give their advice on what to give away and what to charge for. They also give advice on the best membership model for Dr. Carolyn's online business. For updates on future episodes, make sure you click subscribe.